Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here. As the recording of this is Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. Standing here at Celebration, Florida. I'm going to be going over to Highway 192 and going to be doing something that I got to be completely honest with you. I've never done it before, and I'm a little slightly afraid of doing, and that is going up in a helicopter. Now I have gone up in a small 3-person plane before, which is similar in size to a helicopter, but I have never in my entire life gotten on a helicopter, tourist helicopter or non-tour tourism copter, and flown over anything. But I've been thinking about doing it for a while, and I wanted to get a bird's eye perspective of not only Central Florida, but this general neck of the woods. There are a few different ones that you can just do $15, $20, take you up for like 5 or 10 minutes, but I want to do the lengthier one. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? So I was looking some of them up, and obviously living in this area and driving up and down Highway 192, I've seen a lot of them over the time of me being here. And I think the one I'm going to do is located next to the motel/hotel that was used in the Florida project. In fact, you can see those helicopters going by in that movie that was filmed here in Kissimmee. So I think I'm going to do that one. Now there are different options that you can do. You could do a short one that just takes you up for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And there are different ones that take you to different areas and show different things. But there is one that will take you to all, according to them, all of the Central Florida, well, Kissimmee area theme parks. SeaWorld, Walt Disney World, well, Magic Kingdom, Epcot Studios, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs, Universal. I think I'm going to do that one. Once I get over there, I'll decide what the price is, and I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to try to overthink it. There's been a couple times in the past I thought about doing it, and your mind kind of gets the best of you and says, maybe you shouldn't do that. Well, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it today. I feel like I've flown in enough jet airliners enough to where heights really aren't a thing for me anymore. Current time, it's just about 5:30. Actually, it is 5:30 at the moment. And I would imagine they do run a little later in the afternoon, so there should still be one running. And if this one goes well, who knows, maybe over time, I'll do more of them. But for now, I'm going to the one that's located right by the hotel from Florida project. It used to be called the Magic Castle, now it's called something else. Is this thing ever gonna go? Come on, bicycle. You got this. I'm hesitating. I guess. So if this is open, I will have gone 49 years, you know, like when I go on it. I just turned 49. 49 years it took me to finally go on a helicopter. Should be alright. I think it'll be alright. Should be okay. And get a little caffeine in the system before doing this over here at Dunkin'. Not the Dunkin' I usually go to, another one down 192. Used to be a restaurant here for years. They finally tore it down. For years it was. Alright, so there's just like a little trailer here. Now there is a neon sign blinking open. But it seems like over here there's one plane that's or not plane, but there's one helicopter sitting there that is not spinning around. And then there's another one over here that is not spinning around. So I need to go inside and see 100%. Also, this is, I guess the sun will probably be setting in about an hour, so I'm probably not going to get any sunsets. But evidently one lands here. There might be one out. And then there's another one over here. Now, this is one of these places I've seen countless times, and I've filmed on the outside of it before, but I've never been inside this trailer before, and I have never been up in the copter. I am first ones here. First ones here, and it's located next to the former Magic Castle, which is being renovated, and this was screen used in the movie The Florida Project, a great film about Central Florida and Highway 192. It kind of definitely gives you the vibe of a lot of the motels around here, and people that live in the motels and the whole backstory. But in that movie, you see a lot of the helicopters go up and down from here, so I'm going to fly in those helicopters. I thought somebody was standing up there on that little ledge, but really it's just a swirly plant. Yeah, there's like nobody here, at least on the outside. Anybody inside?
we are Disney Spectacular. So it's a 7 to 8 minute ride.
Okay.
And it'll be $89 per person. And that's the green line. It takes you to the major hotels, resorts, and theme parks. If you just want for the experience, it'll be the Disney Springs. It'll take you to Disney Springs.
That's the $50 one?
That is correct. And that's the blue line right there. It takes you to Disney Springs and back. And those red one and the yellow one will be all 2 longest rides. And it'll take you all the way to the yellow one will take all you to Universal Studios and right back to the major hotels, resorts, and theme parks. That is about 15 to 16 minutes per ride. And we do have a required minimum 2 people, maximum 4 people per helicopter.
That's not including the pilot?
So including the pilot will be 3.
Okay.
So,
well, I won't be doing it today then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No go on that one. Evidently, they want to fill up the entire copter to make it worth their while. I'm guessing that's the reason. I don't know if it's a weight issue. So, not going on it. I guess the fact that it was slow means they're just not going to go up unless you have at least 2 other people. Well, that stinks. My plan was to take the one that took you to all the parks. I think it was like $150 or $170. It kept you out for a pretty good amount of time and took you to all the spots. But I guess they just won't let one person up, even if it's just you and the pilot. You can't go up. Now, there is another option about a mile down Highway 192. It sits next to this structure, which used to be a maze. It was a roadside attraction called the Amazing Maze in the 90s and has not been open for a long time, a couple decades probably, late 90s, early 2000s. But there's another helipad right over here that offers $15 helicopter tours. It probably just takes you up, maybe over Old Town and then back, so it doesn't go as far as the other ones. If they have one, maybe I'll do it. $15 helicopter tours. Leading edge helicopter pilot is pointing to the helicopter right there. Now, it's not a good sign that there aren't any landing and taking off, so it might be the same fate as the other spot. At first I thought the engine was running, but it's the car wash over there in the distance. All right, I'm gonna go inquire. Maybe there is someone else here that is gonna be going on this one. I would imagine there's probably the same policy. I was kind of hoping to do the one that took you over all the parks and not just a little 1 minute up, 1 minute down. But I'm gonna go inquire. So where the Amazing Maze was, there's like a windsock right there. You need a good windsock. I mean, I'm not a pilot, I'm not an aviator, but I know like a windsock is good. You want to know if the wind's blowing too much. Which color is it, the one I'm doing?
It's the orange one.
The orange one. So it's the Disney one that's gonna go all over this. So it was double the price of $85, so I had to pay for 2 people in order to do it. So I pay like $150. Another time I'll do this, but I didn't feel like coughing up $300 today, so I'm gonna do 2 times the $85. They're gonna let me fly along with the pilot. So I'm gonna be going from here all around there. Look at this, they still have the old Epcot logo. So basically I should have asked this at the other place too, but I just said, what if I just pay for 2 tickets? And they're like, oh, that's fine. I mean, I get it. They have to like pay for the gas. They have to pay for the pilot to be going up and all that. So I'm going to be riding alone with the pilot, but I did have to pay for 2 tickets. Probably should have invited someone, but I'm already here. So side note, yeah, if you ever, I kind of had this in my mind. I didn't want to not do it, or I feel like I would have taken that as a sign to never do it again. So I'm gonna just take the first experience where they wouldn't let me do it and just kind of knock it out of the park here and just go ahead and get it done. I'm gonna be going over the Disney parks. About a 15-20 minute ride. So I've got some warnings here before approaching. Make sure pilot sees you, have established eye contact. I always watch all those TV shows and movies with the propellers and on the top of the copter, and I'm always just like, man, that is just kind of makes me so worrisome. No smoking in or near the helicopter. There are latches, kind of like you have on an airplane as well. Approach and depart only on the downhill side. That makes sense, because you don't want to get too close to the propeller. Stay low as you walk under main. Kind of like reminds me of MASH. You gotta like get low. Avoid the tail rotor, obviously. Hold on firmly to hats or any loose articles, or best remove them. Never reach up or chase anything which is blown away. And never throw objects out of, ooh, startled me. Never throw any articles out of the helicopter. I'm actually gonna do this. It's happening. And just like that, my $15 helicopter ride at this spot has turned into like $170 with tax here at the Amazing Maze. The $15 one just takes you up a little bit, but it's all right. I don't mind paying for the experience. But don't be fooled. You will not get a full, lengthy, good view helicopter ride for $15. This is also per person, and they will not let you ride alone. So the cheapest would be $30, but even that one, they pretty much just go up. They're up like a minute, and they bring you right back down. You really pretty much won't see anything except Highway 192. Which I could have started off my first ride like that, but I really wanted to see the Disney parks from up high, because I feel like maybe after I do this one time, it might be a one and done, or maybe I'll just not be fearful of it anymore. And maybe I'll do more at different areas, you know, across the country, or it could end up being a thing, or it could just be a one and done. And I will also give little mention that I do not know how loud it's going to be on there. Probably won't be able to hear me talk. I think they give you headsets to listen, but you're not going to be able to hear what the pilot's saying to me. But obviously, if you're familiar with the parks, and I'll try to kind of talk into the mic on my camera and just kind of let anyone that's watching know what I'm seeing. But it might be a little loud, and I'm going to try to give the full experience and just kind of have it how it would be if you were to ride on this, if someone chooses to do this, if they've never been on it, what the sound would be like and the experience would be like. All right, I was just informed that there will be another person, another worker, will be sitting in the back. That way I can sit in the front seat. So the other guy that's up there is going to be riding in the back to provide something called counterbalance. But I am going to be sitting in the front seat, according to the guy I bought the ticket from. Man, that is... Whew. Why am I doing this? I mean, I know why I'm doing it. I want to get the good view, but... Oh, goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm walking up here. They're going to get a photo of me. I guess do I go any closer here? Holy Lord.
Right here?
Right here. How you doing?
Ready? Hi there.
How's it going?
Leave your door open.
Okay.
Reach over there and grab you a seatbelt.
Gotcha.
Pull slow. If you pull fast, it locks. All right. And then I've got a headset right here for you to put on so we can talk.
Okay.
Perfect. Right here, through the windshield. And now you can take another one right here. Perfect. You ever been on a helicopter before?
I never have.
No, it's your first time?
First time.
Me too. All right, since it's both our first time, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Sound good? I think this does something right here. Let's try it. I hear lots of noise. Oh, man, we are up at full power. Are you ready to go flying?
Do it.
All right, see this stick right here? My hand down here?
Yeah.
These are super critical flight controls. If you got one flight or ground video, if you do, you might get a karate chop. Sound good?
I won't touch it. Sounds good.
Outstanding. Here we go, my man, coming up.
I did it. A wonderful experience in great company. And I have to admit, it was not as bad as I was expecting it to be. So here is myself and the pilot, and then the other worker in the back, just to give some weight to, that way the whatever the terminology that they had was, to disperse the weight completely. Man, that was really cool. Kind of wish I could have stayed up a little bit longer, but I got some pretty good views of all the Disney parks. One day I'll have to return, or maybe do the other one. Got a little souvenir here. Now I would imagine, because I do fly on regular planes a lot, the fear of heights doesn't affect me like it would have years ago, because in the last series of years I really have been on a lot of planes. And I thought it was going to be a little more rocky with the wind, but I guess it's kind of a nice day. There's not a lot of wind. The pilot was saying there's not a whole heck of a lot of wind out, so it could have been a little bit rougher than it was. But all in all, also, it was not $15. It was like $170 because I had to pay for 2 people, which makes sense. It's a little bit of a bummer, but it does make sense because they don't want to have the plane go up with only one person on it when they could fill it and make more to cover the fuel and cover the employees' costs and all that. So had no problem paying the double, but just keep in mind, if this is something you want to do, that is going to be the case if you show up alone. So show up with a group, which is probably something I should have planned ahead of time, even though I don't probably know anybody else that would want to do this. There's a shopping cart right there. Right here at the Amazing Maze. Maybe one day I'll do the place that I originally had in mind that wasn't able to do, but could be another time. Yeah, pretty happy with myself that I did it. I thought after the first spot, when it wasn't going to happen, that maybe I should just kind of bail on the idea, but I'm glad I went to the second spot and it ended up working out. I am now officially, first time ever in my life, took a helicopter. And I got to see some of the scenic views of Central Florida and Disney from up above.